Alright, Shalom Akim, Shalom. Let's start off by giving all praises, honor, and glorification to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rucha Kudash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and Shalom to the elect. Alright, so this topic we're going to touch on is, the grotesque acts of these Edomites, okay? How they're heavily involved in child pornography, Satanism, human trafficking, satanic rituals, child sacrifices. Okay, this is the way of the Edomites. That's in their nature. Okay, and we're gonna play this video, which goes into how many of the government officials are actually partakers of these grotesque acts. Okay, which is explained by the fact that these Edomites are the wicked. Okay, they are a nation that the Lord has ordained to be the wicked. Okay, pursuant to the book of Malachi 1 and 4, it tells you that it says here, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. The Lord has righteous anger towards this people because they are rebellious people. Okay, they are the vessel unto dishonor, pursuant to the book of Romans 9 and 21. Okay, meaning that their way or contrary to the righteous ways. Okay, it says the wicked is estranged from the womb. Okay, these Edomites are the wicked. It says Psalms 58 and 3, it says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Okay, so they go away from the righteous path. Okay, the path of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the instructions that he laid up. Okay, they go astray from that. Okay, that's why they're involved in sodomy, which the scriptures tell you that their vine is the vine of Sodom. Deuteronomy 32. Deuteronomy 32 and 32, it says, for their vine is the vine of Sodom, and the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of Gal, their clusters are bitter. Okay? So their philosophies, their doctrines, man, they go along with the same philosophies and doctrines of the Sodomites, okay? Which we know what the Sodomites were involved. They were involved in man laying down with mankind as he lays down with a woman, okay? They were involved in pederastry, okay? Okay? And it was the same thing with these Edomites, okay? Which proves that they are the Greeks and the Romans back in the reincarnation, because that's how the Greeks were getting down. There's, it's documented that the Greeks were heavily involved with pederastry, okay? Okay? So these Edomites, they go estranged from the womb. They go away from the path as soon as they be born. Okay? That's why they're not going to regard the law. It tells you the judgment. I don't want to go too long. I'm going to play this video, but it tells you the judgment of a man laying down with another man. This is Leviticus 20 and 13. It says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. Okay, so this is a law, and that's a law that should be implemented, which is not implemented in this society, because what? Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, the wicked is in power. Okay, so therefore, he's not going to establish the law. Okay. Okay. And not only are they involved in, sodomy, men lying down with mankind, but as mentioned, they are heavily involved in pederastry. Okay. Let's watch this video.
available tool in covering cases of human trafficking and child pornography within the U.S., and she points to the success of the whistleblower program that the IRS continues to run. Our guest, Lori Henderhan, is a professor and lecturer at American University. She's in Washington. Lori, in terms of stories, it, for many people, does not get any more disturbing than this. And when we speak of half of the child pornography industry, half of all that occurring and being made in the United States, a lot of people would be shocked at that alone, never mind federal employees. And
well, truth be told, you shouldn't be shocked at the fact that the United States are the highest consumers of child pornography. And that was mentioned in the movie Sound of Freedom, okay? How the biggest consumers of child pornography and human trafficking is these Americans, man, okay? These modern day Babylonians, okay? It's not like this land was built off righteousness, okay? No, it was built off the blood of the saints, okay? Who are the saints, the Israelites, okay, which are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American. That's how this land was built, okay? It wasn't built by righteousness. The scriptures tell you that because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Okay, let's go to the book of Nahum 3:1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city." What's the bloody city? America. Woe means destruction to the bloody city. It's a bloody city because, once again, it was built off the free labor of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American, man. Okay, how did they acquire this land? By killing off the Native American, the so-called Native American. Okay, they committed what we call a genocide. Geno goes back to the word race, and side means a killing, a slaughter. Okay, so they killed a race. Well, they attempted to kill a race, you know. This is a bloody city. You can't pretend, you can't be shocked, okay? Like, oh, this is happening in America. Well, look at the history of America. It says it is full of lies and robbery, right? Full of deceit, okay? Full of thievery. Once again, how did they acquire this land? By ill-gotten gains, okay? By treachery. Okay, by spilling blood. Okay, it says the prey departeth not. Who's the prey? The Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American. Okay, the prey departed not. That's pursuant to the book of Jeremiah 50. I believe it's around the 30th verse. Jeremiah 50 and 33. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." Who refused to let them go? These Americans, which are America, which is called Babylon. Okay, so this is not speaking of the ancient Babylon, because in ancient Babylon, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, the two kingdoms, they were not oppressed together. Okay, it was only the children of Judah that were under the Babylonian captivity. Okay. But here in modern day Babylon, America, we are oppressed together. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American are found in North America, Central America, and Southern America. Okay, it says, and all that took them captives, and mainly, of course, mainly America. That's where the major judgment is gonna come, and that's Babylon. Okay, Babylon is really America, the United States of America. Okay, and that's where you find the two kingdoms as well. Okay, it says the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Okay, these Edomites. So let's go back to Nahum. Okay, it says the prey departeth not. Verse 4 says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. What's the well-favored harlot? America. Okay, she's known as a harlot in the scriptures. Okay, the mistress of witchcrafts. Okay, this is the hub of sorcery, of rebellion, of witchcraft. America. Okay, full of lies and deception, full of deceit, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Okay, and she has the scriptures tell you how she has made the nations drunk by her philosophies, her wine, pursuant to the book of Jeremiah 51:7. Okay, you know, these other nations, they've been partakers of her wickedness. You know, you go to the book of Revelation 11, it also says that the nations have exchanged gifts one to another, which is the Israelites. Okay, all right. So this is not an innocent land, a pure land. No, it's a polluted land. So we can't be shocked by the fact that they are the highest consumers of child pornography, man. This is verse 5. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face." And we're in those times, man, where the Lord is pulling off the veil, the lies and deception that they've perpetrated. Okay, presenting themselves as holy and you know a Christian nation, a God-fearing nation. This is all lies, man. Okay, they're highly involved in Satanism and satanic rituals. It says that I was reading this, not reading. I was actually watching this a documentary by this individual Ted Gunderson, which he was the head of the FBI in LA, Los Angeles. He says that there's about 3 million members of Satanism in America. Okay, and he talks about how there's about 50 to 60,000, satanic rituals or sacrifices that go on every year. You know, Lord willing, I'll do a video on that and I'll bring it out when he says it. But it starts with the elites, man. The elites are highly involved with that, man. Okay, and then it trickles down to the regular Edomite that you see every day. Okay, your police officers, the military officers, the government officials. Okay, this video goes into that. Let's keep going. It says, "And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face." Right, so the Lord is gonna reveal her. He's gonna expose her for her wickedness. "And I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock." Okay, so everything is going to be revealed about these Edomites, man. That's why the scriptures tell you that the Lord will make Esau bare. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Okay, so that's one of the main things that they're involved in and that they're trying to hide, man. The child trafficking. Let's go back to the video.
Engaged in this, or government employees engaged in this kind of thing?
Yeah, Jackie, hi. Thanks for having me on. I know it's a pretty steep learning curve for myself as well. Not only federal employees, but the military with top security clearance, apparently using their .mil email addresses, about 5,000 military at the Pentagon, and the Pentagon decided not to even investigate 1,700 cases because they decided it wasn't a priority. So Senator Grass...
Why did they say it wasn't a priority? Because these individuals that run the Pentagon are into that, man. Okay? They're highly into that. And the reason why justice and judgment is not applied, because once again, the wicked is in power. Let's go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk 1 and verse 4. It reads, "Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth." Why? "For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth." Right? The wicked is in power. Therefore, judgment is not going to be applied, man. Justice is not going to be applied. Okay? They're going to go on in their wickedness. Okay? Okay? "Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth." All right? This is a fraudulent system, man, full of lies and deceit and deception, without justice and judgment, without any order, as the scriptures tell you. Okay? So that's the reason why the Pentagon, they completely ignored these cases, man. 1,700 men in the military.
Has got that reopened, making it a priority. But yeah, it's pretty staggering. It's the fastest growing crime in America. It's growing by about 150% every single year. So we don't have really, really good data on how much child porn.
And that's what was said in that movie Sound of Freedom. Okay. It says that it was the most lucrative business after drug trafficking. And I have this article that I looked up. This is Human Trafficking's Dirty Profits and Huge Costs. Let's go to the second chapter, the second paragraph, rather. It says, according to the United Nations, people trafficking is defined as the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of persons for the purpose of exploitation. It ranges from domestic servitude to forced labor to the removal of organs, prostitution, or other forms of sexual exploitation. Unfortunately, it is also big business, bringing in $32 billion US annually worldwide. This makes people trafficking the most lucrative crime after drug trafficking. There you go. According to statistics from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Every year, some 1 to 2 million children, women and men become victims of human trafficking, while traffickers make everywhere between 4,000 and 50,000 per person trafficked, depending on the victim's place of origin and destination. Okay. You see, so it's it's highly lucrative, man. Okay. I think it says something in the movie that a bag of drug you could sell it once, but a child you could sell them. It says something about 5 to 10 times a day for 15 years, something like that. It said something like that in the movie. Basically you could keep using the child, man, multiple times during the day. Okay, for many years. And these elites, they're all about profit, man.
This kind of thing?
Yeah, Jackie, hi. Thanks for having me on. I know it's a pretty steep learning curve for myself as well. Not only federal employees, but the military with top security clearance, apparently using their .mil email addresses, about 5,000 military at the Pentagon, and the Pentagon decided not to even investigate 1,700 cases because they decided it wasn't a priority. So Senator Grassley has got that reopened, making it a priority. But yeah, it's pretty staggering. It's the fastest growing crime in America. It's growing by about 150% every single year. So we don't have really, really good data on how much child porn and child trafficking is being done. But we do know that America is probably the number one place in the world right now when you combine all the figures.
But you're saying it's a national crisis of federal employees engaged in the child porn industry. A national crisis. What do we know about how pervasive this is?
Well, those are some of the figures that we're trying to get. We're applying for some research grants to try to actually get some real numbers. But if you type into a Google search engine, almost any federal government agency, Department of Transportation, Homeland Security, State Department, Department of Justice, and then type in arrested for child porn afterwards, you're going to find case after case after case. If you type in police officer arrested for child porn, lawyer arrested for child porn, you're going to find case after case across the whole country.
Okay, but on the surface, this does not make sense to a lot of people. I mean, you're talking about high-ranking, successful members within society, never mind the fact that these are people with government jobs. I mean, we presume that, if there's a place you can't get away with it, it would be with a government job because there are layers of oversight.
Well, Jackie, you would assume, for instance, that if you were an assistant attorney general in the Department of Justice under Eric Holder, who claims he cares about trafficking of children, and you did child porn on your Department of Justice work computer, you assume you'd be held accountable. And Eric Holder refused to prosecute his own Assistant Attorney General, who was caught doing child porn on his work computer at the Department of Justice. So when the impunity starts at that level, it just cascades all the way down.
Okay, we mentioned the IRS. So they have a whistleblower program that is reaping a huge success. I mean, what are we seeing there?
Well, the problem is it could be extremely successful, and this is what Senator Grassley and his staff have worked hard to say. This has to be successful. And this was one of the ideas that I came up with this big whistleblower case with the IRS Blue last week, where they decided to award $104 million to a prominent whistleblower. And so what I'm starting to see in Maine and Vermont particularly is that normally if you see child porn or you see child trafficking or child sex abuse, you'd call the police and you'd assume that the police would protect the child, right? But when the police are involved in the child porn industry, the police aren't going to help you. So who do you call? So then when I saw this story about what the IRS did...
The police, man. The police are involved, and they're really not doing anything about it, man. Okay? Okay? And those that are involved, they're not being punished like they should be punished. If being punished at all, man. Okay? It says in the book of Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of man is fully set in them to do evil, right? So because they haven't been judged, okay, or they're not receiving harsh sentences, or they're seeing that these cases are being brushed under the rug, then, so they see like, okay, so they just keep going over their wickedness, man. Okay? They just keep going. So, and, so the people you see, people you might see on a regular basis, the police officers, the military officers, the judges, government officials, they're all involved in this, man. Okay? A lot of them are involved in this, man. Or they know of it and they're not doing anything about it, these are horrific crimes, man. I was thinking, Slovakia. I had a precept in mind and then just... All right, Tawadi Al-Bashmi Al-Shai. It's in the book of Ephesians. Shame. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and 12, it says, "For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret." Okay? So, once again, you have yes, these elites, but also, you can say regular folks that are involved in this, man. Okay? Child trafficking, child pornography, satanic rituals, child sacrifice. In that book of, there's a book of Aleister Crowley, and he goes into how, the sacrifice that they prefer is a young male, a highly intelligent young male, man. We often hear about the adrenochrome. Okay, how these people, they like to drink blood. Ephesians 5 and 12, "For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done with them in secret," man. Okay? So that's what these Edomites are into, man. Okay? And they're being uncovered, man.
Maine with this Danish health club in Kittery, Maine. The IRS is very interested in going after this because of the money laundering aspect. It's phenomenal.
So are you saying police, judge, I mean, how pervasive is this? I mean, what I'm hearing from you is that at every level, no one can get to the bottom of how big this is because everyone at every level is involved in it. How has this been working? You've got to explain more about that.
Okay. Well, look at the case in Vermont, right?
Yeah.
So there was a Homeland Security trainer at the police academy in Vermont who apparently was caught with a number of other people at the police academy doing child porn on police computers. That's out in the public. It was a known fact.
And when you say doing child porn, do you...
All right. You know, and you know, she seemed surprised. The news reporter, she seemed surprised. Why? Because of the deception, the lies that Esau, the fake image that Esau has pushed forth of himself, man. Okay, but that's about to be put out, man. Let's go to Isaiah 32 and verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. Let's look up the word vile. Nabal. Foolish. Okay, vile is foolish, senseless fool. Okay, and that's Esau. Okay. All right, he's the fool because he's the nation that doesn't believe in God, man. It says the fool has said in his heart there is no God. Okay, it says stupid, wicked. There you go. Okay. Wicked. Okay. That's Esau, the wicked. Malachi 1 and 4. Okay. Job 17 and 4 tells you that they are a nation void. It says that thou hast hid understanding from them. Okay, once again, the Lord didn't give his spirit unto Esau, man. It says he put by Esau, okay, but he chose Jacob, okay. He didn't put his Holy Spirit upon Esau, man. Okay. That's why these Edomites, they don't have a fear of God, of the Most High. Right, so it says, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. Let's look up liberal. All right, so Esau has pushed forth a false image of himself as, you know, the philanthropist. You know, he helps nations. You know, he wants the good of everybody. That's Nadayab. It says inclined, willing, noble, generous, right? So that's how he presents himself, as the generous, the philanthropist. You know, like he wants to help you. He wants to help nations. Liberal, noble, prince, willing, magnanimous. Yeah. Man. Benevolent, yeah. Okay. So the vile person, okay, the wicked is not going to be called generous no more, man. Or magnanimous, okay? The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. Let's look up churl. Churl. Kayalali. Yeah. Kayalaya. Knave, scoundrel, niggardly. You know? a niggard, like a selfish being, a scoundrel. Let's look that up. A scoundrel. It says, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. All right, because once again, the Lord says He's gonna set him as a gazing stock, man. Okay, all this information coming out, man. That's how they get down. Okay, they like to chill. Yeah, they like to play with little boys. These Edomites, man. These government officials. That's how they get down. It says, verse 6: For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity. His mind will work iniquity. It says they sleep not unless they cause something to fall. Okay? Proverbs 4. Okay? It's once again, the vine is the vine of Sodom. We read that earlier. Proverbs 4 and verse 16. It's like it says, For they sleep not except they have done mischief. That's all these Edomites, man. And their sleep is taken away unless they cause something to fall. Okay? That's the programming that they've received from the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They are the nation. They are the vessel unto dishonor. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Okay, so that's what they consume. They're into these wicked doctrines, man, and that's why they bring wicked fruits, corrupt fruits. Okay. It says, verse 6: For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Verse 7: The instruments also of the churl are evil. Okay? The instruments of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. Right? So they're involved in deception, man. Okay, he's the hypocrite. He pushed forth a false image of himself, and put a pretended that he's the benevolent, like he's the good guy, he's the generous, the philanthropist, the noble, while in fact he's the scoundrel, he's the trickster, the fraudulent, he's the pederast. Okay, he's the sodomite. All right. So the Lord said He's gonna make Esau bare, man. Okay, and set him as a gazing stock. So everybody's gonna point the finger at these Edomites and see and declare that they are the wicked, man. Okay. You see, it says, see, human trafficking, the average age is 12 and 14 years old. You know, over. All right, so I'll post this video in the description, and as we approach, the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, the Lord has to reveal this devil, man. Okay, it said that the Lord said that He was gonna consume him by the spirit of His mouth. So that's the prophets, that's His servants, man. Okay, They're going to expose him and reveal him for who he is, man, by the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And the Lord ultimately is going to destroy him by the brightness of his coming. Okay? And put an end to this wickedness, man. These grotesque acts. Okay? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to put an end to these grotesque acts, man, that these Edomites are all into, man. I'm going to end off by giving all praises, honor, and glorification to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Chakadash, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of great millstone. And shalom to the elect, man. Shalom.